Let's make sure we protect each other's mental space. If you ever need me, just call. I'ma come running, give it my all. Love is love, God wins. Keep your vibrations high and watch how your blessings. Let's make sure we protect each other's mental space. If you ever need me, just call. I'ma come running, give it my all. Love is love, God wins. Keep your vibrations high and watch how your blessings pour in. We are a loving family, built on love. Our vibrations are high, we're all the way up. We are a loving family, built on love. Our vibrations are high, we're all the way up. We are the Alice family. 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 We are a loving family, built on love. Our vibrations are high, we're all the way up. We are a loving family, built on love. Our vibrations are high, we're all the way up. We are a loving family, built on love. Our vibrations are high, we're all the way up. We are a loving family, built on love. Our vibrations are high, we're all the way up. We are the Alice family. 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 We are the Atlas 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 family. Reach for his hands, the stars align. Time bends softly, no dividing line. Together we rise, no walls, no end. Atlas leads us where the broken mend. Move as one, moving in love, moving in love. Move as one, moving in love, moving in love. Move as one, moving in love, moving in love.
Peace, peace, peace.
Move as one, moving in love.
How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody is feeling great. Appreciate the super chat. Um, at There's a lot of things going on right now as far as energy goes. Right, there's a lot of different things going on, um, and there's a lot of energies moving around. Energy shifts, you can say. Right. One's in the chat if you are witnessing these energy shifts. If you are seeing these energy shifts take place, just put a one in the chat. You see a lot of stuff going on. YouTube has become like the upside down world, right? There's so many people that you wouldn't think should be at the table together that are at the table together, and there's certain people that they're using to create certain narratives around. Um, and like I said, this becomes very difficult for one to build a page around, right? Because with all of these different people and levels of measurements of attack that they're taking, I mean, there's a lot of upside down games being played. Um, People are making these secret alliances with each other to build content and clout. People are grouping together in order to keep a certain level of controversy going, right? Um, Maybe they call it controlled chaos. Maybe they feel like they're in control of this chaos. Maybe they feel like since they're the ones causing it, then they're the ones in control of it. However, you want to look at it, but we can surely witness a lot of energies moving around, frequencies, energies, and one has to take steps in order to have discernment in this time. You have to take steps around this stuff, right? So this is a nice, simple directional path, right? And it says one, self responsibility, right? Self responsibility also comes with acceptance, right? You have to accept certain variations of oneself, right? Accept the things that you do, accept the things that you are changing, accept the people that you are, changing, accept the people that you are harming, however you want to look at it, right? Um, Whatever the case may be, there's a lot of people who are not taking accountability for their own actions. There's always someone else made them do it. There's always you did this to me, so on and so forth. But if you watch these people who lack accountability for their own actions, look at how heavy they try to hold somebody else accountable for their actions, right? It's what we call the pot calling the kettle black, right? It's very hypocritical. So these personas who's trying to tell other people how they're supposed to act, move, be, right? They're the ones who are sitting there, not in control of their self, overindulging in stuff, not taking accountability for their actions as they hold you accountability, they hold you accountable for yours, right? Very confusing stuff. And in a time like this, maybe that's the game. Maybe the game is to keep you in confusion, right? Maybe the game is to keep you confused, right? But as we look at this list right here, the number one step is self responsibilities, right? Conservation, right? And respond, right? How you respond matters, right? How you respond matters. That's a big part of the universe, a big part of karma, right? It tells you that if your enemy is to wrong you, you're supposed to turn the other cheek. Maybe that's a recognition of letting bygones be bygones, right? Because someone else operates on wickedness or evil doesn't mean you have to operate on wickedness and evil, right? So maybe the method to the madness is to not be a part of the madness. A lot of these people try not to be outside of their feelings and emotions. It's always some reason to overindulge in this feeling or that feeling. You know, they say I'm all feelings. I'm nothing but feelings. This is me. If you don't like it, right? So they force you to accept them how they are. But as you accept them how they are, you have to ask yourself, are they accepting you how you are? Now we can sit and we can say, well, that's just how that person is. But that same person who you're giving the benefit of the doubt of being who they are they looking at you that same way? Are they allowing you to be you? I don't think so. Look at the levels and measures of attacks that they take on gamers. Oh, because you're a gamer, you're this type of person. Oh, because you're a Scorpio, you're this type of person. Oh, because you're this, you're that. I thought we were all just, you know, allowing each other to be who we are. But that's not the case down here. And it never was the case. When you actually look at it, these people will ridicule you for being good. They'll criticize you for being bad, right? It's like you can't win for losing, right? There's no right or wrong answer. It's just based off of their feelings and emotions. If they feel like you were right, then they'll agree with you. If they feel like you were wrong, so all we're doing is pleasing each other's feelings and emotions. We're catering to feelings and emotions, and the logical thought is out the window. Logically, there's no way there should be 9 billion people on this planet and we're starving. Logically, there's no way there's 9 billion people on this planet and a level of unity has not been thought of yet, right? Logically, there's no possible way that 72 countries can have a peace treaty or not a peace treaty, but an agreement that no one should be past the Arctic wall or whatever the Arctic Circle Treaty is, right? They can all agree on that, but they all can't agree to any type of levels or measures of peace. You got to make some of this stuff make sense, right? Look at the Watergate project. Look at half of the things that they have hid, right? From implementing drugs in certain communities to allowing certain variations of things to go on in society. And that's not even including the things that take place at the hospitals with women and birth and so on and so forth, allegedly, right? At one point, we had to worry about leaving the hospital with somebody else's baby. At one point, if you had attractions to the same sex, they put you in insane asylums and got you in a lobotomy. Look at American Horror Stories, the first season, right? First season of American Horror Stories is either the first or the second season. They tell you, you know, in the 1970s, 60s, whenever, they used to put people in a crazy house for the things that's going on right now, right? The things that's going on right now, we might have fought for the rights to all of this stuff, but we still ain't governing ourselves properly. We not letting people come into a grand understanding of their self before we open up the door for them to become a fairy or a dinosaur or, trans canine or whatever it is that they becoming nowadays. Everything is so upside down now. How do we get it back? How do we fix it? Do we continue to look at the problems or do we try to find solutions to these problems? That's the question, right? A lot of people are so focused on the problem, they can't find a solution. Everybody wants to know who did it, and don't care how to get out of it, right? They just point the finger at somebody. Who's doing this? Who's stopping us? Who's ha? Who ha ha who ha? It's just you're trying to appease a feeling, a ego, a revenge, something of a low vibration. Somebody has to pay for this. How? Haven't enough people paid already? Haven't we been through enough collectively already? We can't just continue to operate like this and expect a different outcome. We can't continue to, be in this negative towards each other, keep on attacking each other, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So discernment has to be taken. You have to have certain levels of discernment. Spiritual discernment is a must. Hey, I appreciate the super sticker. I greatly appreciate the super sticker. Listen, I don't know how this YouTube thing works as far as memberships. We're getting into the know of this stuff, but please feel free to become a member. Come over to the Discord. Some of the deeper conversations I'm going to be holding in the Discord. Some of the, things that we can't speak of on here, X misery programs, why so many people go through so much down here, trials and tribulations wise. And we'll talk about the ascension process. Why at some points you feel like you're spiritual and you want to grow in the spirit, and then that carnal comes in and knock you down, and then you're just like, man, I gotta focus on the physical world. I gotta focus on my job and so on and so forth. It's a reason for all of this, you know, cause and effect. For every action, there's an equal or opposite reaction, right? Newton's law, all of these different things. What goes up must come down, all of these good things, right? So, the scales are being weighed right now, and humanity is being looked at, with a micro lens. And however we move forward from here is going to reshape our future. And it doesn't matter how you move forward, right? You can move forward with an ideal and tell yourself that technology is bad. No, technology is what you make it, right? It's a program, therefore it operates on programs. So based on how you program it, that's how we're going to have to move, right? So if we operate and program the technology to be of a more positive, loving expectation, then that's what we're going to expect out of the technology, right? So that's what we make it, right? So it's really about us changing the minds of each other, right? It has nothing to do with anything. You can move a brick, you can move anything, a building to a whole nother continent. That doesn't change that continent, right? The people is what shapes that continent. The people is what changes everything, right? Now, you can look at all the movies, even Marvel, right? What did Thor father tell him? Odin told him that this town is not, you know, um everything. It's the people. And what did he do? He let the town go and he relocated the people because they realized you can create that anywhere, right? That landmass is not it. America, you can take America and put it in Africa, but if it's the people, it's still going to be America, right? You can take the people from America and put them anywhere else, and it's still going to operate like America. Why? Because it's the people. The people are important, right? Somehow we lost that. We lost the importance of each other, and we need to get that back. We need to realize how important we are collectively, not on a singular scale, not all black people, not all this. Oh, it's melanated. That's another way to divide, to tell you this and tell you that. Nah, we in this together. All shades, all colors. Don't let nothing that God create you call unclean. Ain't that what the Bible says? Let not you call anything that I created unclean. That's what the Bible say. So however you look at this, we're in this together, right? People, try to ridicule, shame, and so on and so forth. Also, listen, I found a co-host. You guys are going to love her. I promise you. She has the right amount of hood, you know, and all of that good stuff. You guys are going to love her. Okay. I found a co-host. I went over to TikTok, got one of my old TikTok supporters. Um, and we're going to start bringing some more conversation over here, blending the two with TikTok and everything like that. So if you ain't following our TikTok pages, make sure you follow the TikTok pages because we will be building platforms over there. We will be holding discussions over there, different variations of conversation, and we will be blending it. As soon as I can get this, I have to I don't know. She's got to figure out something about her Apple. You know how you can't download an app because you got to pay like whatever the Apple, sometimes Apple might take a late fee off or not take it off before the money is there, something like that. So we'll work all of the details out for that tomorrow or something like that. Well, I'll be driving tomorrow, so the lives will be different. But we will be on TikTok doing panels on TikTok, so on and so forth. So um but yeah, I think you're going to love this person. I'm also going to start bringing some more people over here from TikTok. There's a nice variety of people over there on TikTok, and I think bringing them over here might bring a different, variation of a collective. They are a part of Messy TikTok. Some of them are a part of Messy TikTok, so they're with the shit. So we're gonna bring our own numbers over here now. Come to the realization that a lot of these people in this sector are already corrupted inside their minds with this whole beef for content thing. We're just gonna bring our own group of, collective people over here. So I'm going to start siphoning my followers from TikTok over to here. Yeah, the co-host will be on particular days. But like I say, this is hopefully we can build a panel, maybe a panel of a group of people. Collective minds, and humility is a must, right? One must be humble, remain humble. Um and like I say, we have to be in the know now. If you look up the Aquarius sky, under the Aquarius sky, you'll hear a lot more people say, I know, right? Under the Pisces sky, it was a I believe understanding, right? Under this sky, it's a I know, you know? So a lot more people will be in the I know expectations of this, and that's a great thing. So let me see something. And it is literally like known as the water bearer. The Aquarius sky is known as the water bearer. Okay, right here. No, no, no. Okay, let me go into that. Aquarius sky, nebula, constellation, stars, and myth. Aquarius sky, constellation, location, the water bearer. Okay, what's the myths? Aquarius sky, Orion constellation. April 27th, 2013. Ra position, location, distance from Earth, 395 light years. Okay. What else can you tell us? Where is it? Come on. Major stars in Aquarius. Beta, Delta, Gamma. That sky's objection. Give me a second. I want to make sure this page has the right information on there before I show it. Well, not the right information, the information I'm looking for, which is about the water bearer. Now, this has a bunch of stuff about the constellations and so on, but I'm looking for the water bearer because in the biblical text, at one point it said, "Do not be afraid of this new sky, just follow the man with the fishbowl on his head." And a lot of people don't know what that means when it says the man with the fishbowl on his head. It's referring to the water bearer. That's what it's referring to. The water bearer. As you can see here, this is what it's saying. Right? It's saying Aquarius, an air sign symbol by the water bearer. It is known for the electrically, whatever, independence and love for idealistically cause, ruled by Uranus. See, Uranus rules the Aquarius sky, just like I said, right? Aquarius have a thirst for knowledge and a desire to challenge the status quo. See that? It's exactly what I've been saying, right? We are all, challenging right now as far as this air goes. We're challenging this air, the Aquarius sky. You got the puppies in there?
I got some exotic shit for it. You good.
Dang, that was nice right there, yo. You can't pick them up, can you?
Yeah, I'm not picking them up. Two boys, and 3 girls. That's a girl.
Dang.
She's gray, black, and white.
Look at that. French. A Frenchie. That's a good color, too.
Yeah, what you said, the silver one.
That is a good color.
The silver version. Oh, silver. I don't know if she blue or what.
I like that. Let me see. Oh, yeah. This one right here is going to be nice.
Keeping that one.
Oh.
So I'm keeping that girl. She's going to make the killer.
Oh, that's silver right there. That might come out blue.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why we like 2 weeks to do.
That's nice right there.
Yeah.
Which ones did he say he was keeping? What color?
We keeping the 2 girls. That's my partner. We keeping
the 2 girls?
Keeping the boy. That's the boy keeping him.
Oh, yeah.
He's a monster, bro. We're getting rid of the boy and girl try ones. He's gone.
Well, Frenchies.
They're gonna
come out nice.
On the chocolate.
That silver one.
I don't know if that's chocolate or black. I don't know yet. That's a black
try. Oh, yeah. That's chocolate right there.
Yeah, man. Only way to get that boy there, give me like $5-6 grand, man. Only way.
Dang.
Yo,
It's too cute.
I couldn't wait till it came.
Hey, it's too cute.
I'm gonna put the mom up. She goddamn tired as hell.
Where you about to put her?
Yeah, Princess Cage. First gonna be out of the cage.
Oh,
Talking to her out the cage. Yeah.
I told you, great things is happening. You know what I mean? Great things happening. I appreciate the super sticker. Appreciate the super sticker. Love is love. Appreciate it. So yeah, the Aquarius sky, and this is where you're going to hear the most common saying is "I know," right? They are associated with community, science, and ideals. Uh, Represented new beginnings, hope, and see, this is why I say this is a great time to be in. This is a great era to be in. You know, this is something that takes place only 26,000 years. So we are at a marker, we're at a great pivotal marker in life, right? We're at a great pivotal marker in life. So this is a great time to be in, right? Now, yeah, there's going to be a lot of arrogance. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to be, narcissistic as far as, just outright stating like whatever it is that they want to state, right? But this is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful time right here, right? The Aquarius sky, everything that's going on with the Aquarius sky, um, and the levels of energies that's taking place, right? You got to be cautious of the personality traits, right? Now, this has nothing to do with the sign. This has nothing to do with the zodiac sign Aquarius, okay? This has nothing to do with the zodiac sign Aquarius. See, because in this time, the Aquarius, this is the northern part of the brain, roughly your right hemisphere. And this is the spiritual aspect of it, right? The four corners of the brain, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of energy that's coming back through that part of the brain, right? And it is a element of air. The color is light blue, silver, quality fixed, day Saturday, rules Uranus and Saturn. That's the Polaris, right? Uranus and Saturn. You have a Uranus brain, which is a childlike brain, and then you have your Saturn brain, which is supposed to be your adult brain. Then this takes place at the 40-year marker. At the 40-year marker in every human's life, they're transforming from a Uranus brain to a adult brain, right? This is why it says, children. When they talk about children in the biblical text, it's talking about 40 years. That's why Christ went through a 40-year school, right? Because that's the time that you're in school would be the time that you're a child, right? So it's the 40-year school marker. This is when you're in your Uranus brain, when you're able to do things of a child, experiment, so on and so forth. But when you hit the 40-year marker, this is when you're transferring into your Saturn brain, right? And it's funny, Uranus is in charge in the time of water, right? Your ass is in charge, right? In the time of water. That's funny. All right. So personality traits, your strengths is progressive, original, independent, humanitarian. Weakness is runs from emotional expressions, temperamental, uncompassioning, aloof, Aquarius likeness, fun with friends, risky business, fighting for a cause, intellectual conversations. Now, if you are feeling any of these traits, right, you have this is that energy that's inside of you that's yearning for intellectual conversation, right? Yearning for a level of stability that is beyond materialistic, right? Mental capacity, sympathy, all of that things, right? Now dislikes are limitations, broken promises, being lonely, dull or boring situations, right? So a lot of us might have these different energies in us as far as it goes, right? So it tells you right here, it says the signs of Aquarius belongs to the elements of air, finishing the story of Gemini and Libra and connecting in the way through a opposition of freedom and relationships. They will rely on their mind and spoken word most of the time, and without mental stimulated, might lose interest even in things that made their heart jump at first. They see the world as a place full of possibilities and have the need to be spontaneous, full of moments, and live it to the fullest and attempt not to waste any time, right? So these are the things that people are feeling right now. You feel like you need to live to the fullest. You're feeling these things, right? This is what we're going to go through in the time of Aquarius, right? We have to study the waters. We have to. Don't you feel like it's something that you need to do? Don't you feel like that? Alice in Wonderland, the rabbit. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. You don't even know what you late to. You know what I mean? Um, you said you super tired and acting like you five. Hey, it's some of the best moments when you fight and sleep, huh? Um, So Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, shoulder to shoulder with the traditional ruler Saturn. Although Uranus has an abrupt, timed, and sometimes aggressive nature, their only rule often grounds them enough and helps them find enough distance from other people to remain somewhat indifferent. A visionary and someone ready for changes. As an Aquarius is known thinker and someone who will shake your world once they are in it. They feel best at part of the center community, but might have trouble finding just the right place where they feel they belong. And a lot of us are feeling this. You can't say you're not. I mean, you might not be feeling it yet, but this is part of the change, right? Um, they always have something to carry them on, or to carry them up, someone to show them the way towards the sky and enlightenment they seek. And this is where we seek the ascendant masters, right? We feel drawn to someone else's intellect, right? We see that this person has the knowledge, and we see that this person has enlightenment. And sometimes it's good to just sit in that enlightenment of someone else, right? If you find that they're enlightened, so on and so forth. So, zodiac compatibility, select your signs, reveal your celestial match now. We'll get into all of this now. This is also why I'm bringing this other person aboard, right? Over on TikTok, we do a lot of spiritual talk and spirituality, conspiracy theories, so on and so forth. This person does a lot of that also, as far as being in the zodiac and everything like that. And women are strong in that field when it comes to spirituality and stuff like that. And I think the platform will do better with practicing that level of duality. So we're going to try to bring a woman aboard to co-host with, to have that equal level of duality, um, and unity, right? So maybe two, maybe three, I don't know. It depends. So Aquarius man, love guide. Aquarius men are unpredictable, intelligent, social, independent, and excellent communicators. They are also unreliable and inflexible, but changed by the right partner, at least up to a point where they check time and their wristwatch. An Aquarius man sometimes lives inside his mind and needs the company to talk about the progression through the ideas. In games of seduction, one must first become their friend, and everything else will come second. As things fall into place and he discovers he found trust in the person standing in front of them, each Aquarius has a chance to meet their own boundaries and see if there are anything else they need to break. As a man who carries their sun in the sign of detriment, this individual has trouble filtering into its needs sometimes to respect. Respect is needed for freedom, his individuality, and most of all, his honest desire to make a difference in the world. Right now, a lot of people don't even know, like, this is an energy that's inside of a person. It don't matter if you're a Taurus, an Aries, a Scorpion, or whatever. If you're this character right here, if you're an Aquarius man, right? This when you read these traits, you'll know, like, if you're an Aquarius man, because you'll be like, that's me. That's me. Like, I live inside my head. I value love, but I value respect, and I have to think things over. I have to, dwell on things, as far as trying to, I don't want to jump to conclusion with things, so on and so forth. So I let it fester in my mind. But let's look at the Aquarius woman, love God. She's an independent, mysterious, free spirit, and eccentric, with a fine sense of humor and a strange ability to stay consistent and present. She seems cold and aloof, but needs someone to romance her, senseless, and to share a good conversation with. Truly exciting. This is a woman who makes an excellent partner in emotion, sexual, and especially mental issues. But her dedication might not hold her to very long if she feels even an ounce of disrespect along the way. She is drawn to people who stand out from the crowd and needs someone to build her trust and take her by the hand and into a better circumstances. An Aquarius woman is highly imaginative partner, especially in her sexual expressions, and wants to try out new things on a regular basis. Still, she needs to know that she is valued and loved, and at the same time, free from demands and pushiness that some of her men might be prone to. Hmm. Sounds like we have a lot of Aquarius women running around nowadays, if you ask me. Um, listen, this is what they're telling you. If this is you, you feel that. Like, you don't want to be pushed by a man. You want to just you know that this is an energy that's happening in the vessels of women. Just like that's, when you read the vessels of man, that's the energy that's happening in the vessels of man. It's building up. These energies are building up, right? Now, some of them might be, taking this in a promiscuous way. Some of them might be, you know, black bra in this shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. Might be a lot of black bra shit going on. Might be some black bra shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Could be some black bra shit going on. You know, the sun burning bright, sensitive waters and Venus and Cancer, harnessing Mars and Aries. How each zodiac sign can leverage this energetic transfer, astrology's insights, find balance. So we're going to get into some of these variations of things and how they work, how each one works with this energy. The Aries, or we can. This is the type of stuff that builds, right? This is the type of stuff that grows, right? Understanding one sign, understanding these signs, right? So that way you can have a greater understanding of oneself. If we have energies inside of us from the cosmos, it's best if we start to understand these energies, right? Now let's look at how an Aquarius might look at their friends or family, right? No matter their ability to communicate, Aquarius representations need to be built closely with a friend, and they will unconsciously do a lot only to avoid being emotionally and vulnerable around others. They are willing to they're willing to self-sacrifice, but only if absolutely necessary. And by the time they jump in to help a person in trouble, will probably realize they never needed help in the beginning with in the begin with. They need creative friends with integrity and a strong intellect, right? Family, these individuals have certain expectations from their family, even though it might not be their place to search for answers. Their parents should seek, they would do so anyway, and more often or not impose their will on family members from the best possible intentions, to make them get along. The sense of duty they will have on some relatives won't keep them around for very long, for this is all emotional blackmail, hardly ever touches the soul of an Aquarius. Now, this is probably why you're so willing to walk away from family, friends, and so on and so forth, is because once you figure out someone might be of a bullshit variety, you probably, disregard or get away from them as quickly as possible. A lot of us have the ability to walk away, right? We have the ability to walk away. We don't Listen, if that's what you want, hey, cool. That's what you got it. You got it. That's you. All right. Now, now let's look at the myth of Aquarius, right? Although there's a connection to Dualina, whatever his name is, who built a ship with his wife to survive an immense flood. Right now, listen to this. This is the same story of Noah, right? Noah created a ship with his wife to um, get through the flood. Right now, listen to this. The myth of Aquarius, right? It says, "Who built a ship with his wife to survive in imminent flood." Right. The story that usually follows the constellation of Aquarius is the myth of Gan Ganymede, whatever that name is, was the most beautiful boy of the time who was abducted by the gods because of his beauty and taken to Mount Olympus, where he replaced Hebrew as Zeus, a cupbearer. There is a verse of the myth in which Hebrew lost her job when she tripped and their dress came undone, exposing her breasts. However, she was replaced by a young, beautiful man, presumed to be Zeus, love of protege, Hebrew or Harris, daughter of the supreme god. Anger because of his replacement became a constant fighting, frustrated Zeus simply by into the stars by the verse of the myth was taken by. This is why I hate these words, man. These words be tripping me up. Let's do it this way.
To compensate for taking away his son, Zeus gave the harness of divine horses and a golden vine to his father, the king of Troy. Ganymede was the first mortal to become immortal. It is important to understand that the duality is presented through the sign of Aquarius, as it shows waters above that support life. This means that Ganymede was actually the first mortal who understood that which comes from above and gave this information to common people.
Now, this is why I say, like, the knowledge of this is still written there, right? That's why I say this is the time of the flood. This is why I say this is the time before the flood. You think it's ironic that the story of the myth of Aquarius is tied to the flood? It's tied to a story about a flood. You think this is ironic that it's tied to stories about lower waters, right? This is not ironic, right? We just
Aquarius
we
represents,
just
in a way,
lazy.
the mercy of the gods. In the same way Ganymede was noticed by deities because of his beauty, this person could be beautiful or special in any other way, enough to be supported by nature or her superiors. This is a story of one's divinity, the ability to see things from above, reach for the skies in any possible way, and share a divine message with mere mortals. In a practical sense, this sign will tell us about someone who will easily get a very good job and work in the higher structures of human society. The beauty of the person doesn't necessarily have to be physical, but can also be seen through a certain talent or a special ability. We can see someone young, with the need to separate from an influential father and start a career on their own. In Aquarius we also see potential for bisexual and homosexual preferences, as well as possible benefits a person can have because of them. The negative side of this myth is in Ganymede replacing Hebe, and this can manifest as someone beautiful taking the rightful position of someone else, at work, or even in a family. Iva Vucinic is a highly regarded.
Now, a lot of times you might not even know what this is speaking of, what's it talking about, right? Um, but this is telling us a lot. This is telling us a lot about the energies that we would have to overcome in this time, right? It's telling that same story of Zeus replacing Hera, right? It would be the same story as Lilith, right? Lilith being upset with man, right? So there's a lot of Lilith energy that's moving through people right now. Women are feeling it more. And the sound of a man might irritate you. His voice might irritate you. You have to overcome this energy that it's a Lilith energy. That's why it says the devil or Lucifer will always appear to you in the form of mankind, because it is an energy that's inside the vessels of us. How do you think he always end up in front of us again? No matter how many times you say, devil, get behind me, he gets there again. He gets back in front of you again. How? How is the devil always getting in front of you? Think about that. If it ain't an energy that's inside of you, how the hell is he always? Once you put him behind you one time, that should be the only time you have to put him behind you. Is that one time? How he get back in front of you again? Did you turn around? Huh? Did you turn around? How you got to say, devil, get behind me again? Okay, I'll wait. All right, so the signs of Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, a modern interpretations of the traditional rules of Saturn. Uranus is a primal god called also Father Sky. He was the son of the husband of Gaia, Mother Earth, and the two of them were the parents of their first generation of Titans. He hated his children and was eventually overthrown by one of his sons, Kronos, who castrated him and took his place. By one verse of the myth, his genitals flew into the sea, and thanks to this, Venus was born out of this foam, right? And this is the same story that is repeated over and over again, right? In a later myth, it was Aphrodite that was born from his genitals being cast into the sea. It was Aphrodite, right? You can go, look at Kronos. Kronos challenged his father. His mom tricked him into going against his father, and he slayed his father, and cut off his genitals, cast him into the sea. And Venus came out of that, right? In another story, the name would be Aphrodite, right? These stories just repeat over and over and over and over again, and no one's making the connection. And I'm starting to think, how? How is we not watching these stories? Are we that caught up in pointing out the vision that we can't see the similarities? Are we that caught up with pointing out the separation that we can't see what unifies all these stories? They just keep repeating every time. Zacharias says, no matter what I dig into, all of the stories just keep repeating, from the 66 books to the Dead Sea Scrolls to the Roman mythology, Greek mythology, Mayans, Aztecs, Incas. It's all repeating the same thing. Now, there are two symbols that represent Uranus, and both of them are widely used. The first one is derived from the combination of the symbols from Mars and the Sun. It is a astronomical glimpse that is often used in astrology, and it represents divide arrow above, divide spirit circle surrounding seed of potential. The second symbol is symboled as a representation of the H from its discovery last name, Herschel. In it, we can see the circle of spirit and the dominant cross of matter in the form of anti, and has used matter as a way to insight. Notice that the circle of the cross actually represents Venus turning upside down. Both sides of the cross, there are crescents denoting difference using mind thoughts that go to the two opposite directly and make us represent in surrounding signs. Now, this is, you might not know the symbols, but these are symbols that might be written on the walls, symbols that might be written. All of our constellations, all 88 constellations that are in the sky, they had symbols. These symbols was represented on the wall. Hieroglyphics, Mayans, Incas, they depicted these symbols on the walls. All these symbols, wavy symbols like this. If you go look at some of the stuff that Zacharias Stitchin studied, you'll see these same symbols. You'll see the symbols of the zodiacs. You'll see all these same symbols in hieroglyphics. That's how you know they were talking about the sky. That's how you know they were talking about something greater, is because it's written on the walls. It is literally written on the walls. You can check it out in different mythologies. Um Let me see if I can find something so you can see that these are written. And this is like the confusion of the text right here. Everything that I'm showing you is written in the text. Like even the emerald tablets, like these signs of the zodiacs, if they read them properly, you'll see these signs of the zodiacs are on the tablets. Like, because it was given a different story. See? You see the water images on the side. You see the watermark images on the side, the wavy water, Aquarius sky, so on and so forth. The attributes of these animals was talking about the attributes of the animals, right? So on and so forth. So this is just some of the symbols. This is Egyptian probably mythology, but if we go back to Greek or Roman mythology, you'll see, especially Roman mythology. You go back to Roman mythology. Now, when Roman mythology, when they did their little trickery to steal, the history, they depicted pictures and they took like the trident and put it on a coin, the sun with spikes, so on and so forth. They started depicting things on coins when the Roman wrote their history. But it was just a rewrite of a history that already was. Yeah, it's written all over the skies. It's written all over everything, and it. I'm not gonna say it's sad. I'm not gonna put that type of title on it to say it's sad that we can't see it. I will say, like, it is like, now this goes back to Sumerian texts. This goes back to Sumerian texts. But that's the emerald tablets of thought. But before that, they had emerald tablets. They had tablets of Ra. They had tablets of Horus. right? You can look this up. You can see the different tablets that they had. Let me see. Hermes. And knowledge is fun. Knowledge is fun. And maybe we have to go to Egypt. Now, of course, when you're looking at this, you don't read it from left to right. You read it from right to left. So what you see, this side of the page is actually what you see on this side of the page is the beginning right here. So you would read it going this way from right to left instead of left to right. But it was very simple. You know, it was very simple. It was actually like a letter to humanity, if you would say. That's what that pretty much was. It was a letter to humanity, right? Why can't I go into this? The 12 gods. I wanted to look at this. Okay, here we go. Can we get in closer? All right, so you have Zeus, Artemis, Hermes, Aphrodite, Demetrius, and these are the 12 gods, 12 Olympic gods, right? And the reason why there's 12 Olympic gods is because there's 12 chakra systems in the vessel, right? When you look at Olympus being the pineal or the place of the pineal, that's the same story right here, right? 12 disciples, 12 gods, 12, you know, it's all related to the body. So if you go back, you have the children of Chronos. So in Greek, it was Chronos. In Roman, it's Saturn, right? Now, in Greek, it's Rhea, and in Rome, it's Ops. Ain't that funny? Ain't that funny how we still use that word today? Ops. That's funny. Now you have the daughter of Uranus and Gaia, and sister wife of Kronos, Saturn, and Titan mother of 6 gods. Right? And then you have the children of Kronos and Rhea. You have Dimitri. Let's see. Here's the names that we might be familiar with. Pluto is Hades. Neptune is Poseidon. Jupiter is Zeus. It's the same damn thing. Roman mythology went to Greek mythology, or Greek mythology translated to Roman mythology and then went back to Greek mythology. It was the same damn thing. Our planets is named after Greek gods, or the Greek gods is named after our planets. Right? Mars is Aries. The Vatican is Hephaestus, whatever his name is. Dianos, the dude that did the alcohol stuff, the god of grapes, harvest, wine, and madness. If you're attending a shamanist, be ready to eat, drink, dance, and make merry. The Vatican, a Roman version of this god name was given to Vatican, and he required frequent bridal and I don't know, purification. is the god of fire, blacksmith, crafts, metalworks. I can't see it. It's very small. Very, very small. Yeah, Pete and repeat. Exactly. Pete and repeat. Yeah, you know that saying, Pete and repeat got on the bus, Pete got off, who was left on? You know the saying. All right, so then you have Venus is Aphrodite, of course, Mercury, Mars. And this is just a translation of how it went from Rome to Greek, back to Greek to Rome, and all of that good stuff, right? This is the same stories over and over again. I don't know. To me, it's like I don't see how nobody sees this. I don't see how you don't see it, right? 0, the fool, trickster. 1, the magician, Mercury, god of magic, wands. The high priestess, Travels, Travelocity, get it? The goddess of mystery and shadows, the empress, Juno, the emperor, Jupiter, the Hierophants, Janus, the lovers, Venus, the chariot, Mars, the strength, Medieval, whatever, the hermit, Pluto, the wheel of fortune, fortitude. Like this stuff is so. Oh, come on. You have to see it. You have to see the repetitiveness. I'm not making this up. No, let us see the image. All right. As you can see right here, this is the books of the Bible right here. Genesis all the way to Revelation, all 66 books of the Bible right here, right? All 66 books right here. 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, Judas, Revelations, right? You recognize the books. Don't act like you don't recognize these books. 66 books about one person. 66 books about the same individual from 66 perspectives. Think about that. 66 books about the same damn person. Come on. Come on. I need y'all to put 2s and 2s together. I'm sick of this shit. Everybody walking around blind, act like they don't see the repetitiveness of it. How history just keeps on repeating itself and we rewriting it. Who's going to be the new Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, huh? Any volunteers? Who wants to be the new Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John? Any of you? We're just going to swap the names out and keep the story the same. How about you? And let's just change it to all women name. How about we change it to Matthew, instead of Matthew, let's change it to Martha. Instead of Luke, let's change it to Lucy. Instead of John, let's change it to Janice. That's what we do. Just change it all up on them, right? I mean, this is happening. This is happening right now, whether we want to think of it or not. Our history is being rewritten. The only question is, how is it going to be rewritten? In the likeness of something good or the likeness of something wicked? How is our history going to be rewritten? How are we going to rewrite this? Because history sure repeats itself. And all we're doing is we're in that repeating of history right now. History is about to repeat itself. All these dark secrets, all of these things that they studied, all of these things are about to start coming, back to the forefront. All of this, it's magic. It's magic. It's old. It's older than you. It's older than me. Right? But it's magic nonetheless. Right? So listen, man, listen, stand at the right tables now. Y'all make sure y'all gather around the right tables now, because now we in the time of the gathering. We are in the time of the gathering. Look what's on here. The months. The month. Look how many it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right? But this was at a time that it was 13. Look at the water symbol. You see the water symbol right there? This is the Aquarius sky right here. June, water symbol. Look, these symbols is right here. The zodiac sign symbols is right here. Everything is already written. What is, was, and always will be. It's Masonic, yes, but you see the watermark, the Aquarius sky symbol right there, right? That's the Aquarius sky symbol right there, right? And if you look at these other symbols, you will find these symbols in the zodiacs. You will find these symbols. It's 13 on some. It should be 13. I don't know how they're going to put this back into play. This was after August. This was after, August, Augustus Caesar, put in, August and July and moved them around because it was really just 10 months. They changed everything. And here it is again. Chakra systems of the vessel right here. Once again, represented as what? Names of gods. Isis, Osiris, Nut, Horus, Crown, Central, Throat, Solar. And these same names would be the same names of the biblical text. If you look at Earth or Gab, you probably look, it says Genesis right there. Genesis. Look at that. Book of Genesis, the beginning. Okay. The beginning. Right. It's all right there. It's all right there. It's just repeating itself. Even your chakra systems. When I found out that Mary Magdalene was a representation of the sacral chakra, I was like, what? What are they saying? I had to dig deep. I had to learn. I had to challenge myself. I had to shake off what was taught and open my mind to learn anew. Get it? Anew Baru. Yeah. It repeats itself. I had to learn anew. See? It doesn't stop repeating. You study one, you study them all. It doesn't stop repeating. It's all right there. It's all right there. It just keeps repeating itself over and over and over. Open your eyes, people. We at the Atlas family, we gonna operate with our eyes open. We don't want the veil back over our eyes. But if you haven't heard that somebody love you today, let me be the first and not the last. And listen, we're just testing this out. Pretty soon we'll be live for 5 hours straight. We're just testing it out, making sure that we get our time in, making sure that we get clips in, allowing it to generate, so on and so forth. Great things is happening around us. If you ain't in the Discord, get to the Discord.
The party's going on in the Discord. You can never be bored in the Discord. When we're not here, we're over there, socializing and sharing. So I better see you in the Discord. We got music, we got art. Love is love, sets us apart. It's a virtual town, so inviting. You know they want you around, it's exciting. Oh, the party's going on in the Discord. Ooh, you can never be bored in the Discord. When we're not here, we're over there, socializing and sharing. So I better see you in the Discord. Story time, movie nights, we get messy and watch the fights. It's a virtual town and it's glowing. Very busy with the love we've been showing. Oh, the party's going on in the Discord. Ooh, you can never be bored in the Discord. When we're not here, we're over there, socializing and sharing. So I better see you in the Discord. In the Discord. In the Discord. The party's going on in the Discord. You can never be bored in the Discord. When we're not here, we're over there, socializing and sharing. So I better see you in the Discord. I'm not allowed to say, I'm not to say. Murmur, you clipped him. I've got to say. Great for sensual assault. I want to say. Murmur, oh yes, you clipped him, but I'm gagged and it ain't my fault. Can't talk, 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 can't talk. Can't talk, can't talk, can't talk, can't. I know the truth is hard to swallow, but these rules we need to follow. Omission still a lie, you be in trouble if you don't comply. What about freedom? God-given freedom, I'm talking about freedom. Freedom from Babylon. To say, murmur, you clipped him. I've got to say, great for sensual assault. I want to say, murmur, oh yes, you clipped him, but I'm gagged and it ain't my fault. Can't talk, 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 can't talk. Now we read between the lines with emojis, all these signs we babble, 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 babble on. It's like freedom is babble gone. Let's talk about freedom, God-given freedom. I'm talking about freedom, freedom from Babylon. Can't talk, 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 can't. I'm not allowed to say, I'm not to say. Murmur, you clipped him. I've got to say, great for sensual assault. I want to say, murmur, oh yes you clipped him, but I'm gagged and it ain't my fault.
Now make sure y'all check out the merchandise store.
Great for
Sensual.
Murmur. But I'm gagged and it ain't my fault. I'm the witness to a crime for the very first time. The case was never tried and I've been tongue-tied. Yeah. I wanna talk, I wanna speak free. I wanna talk, I wanna be free. I wanna talk, I wanna speak free. I wanna talk, I wanna be free. I wanna talk, I wanna speak free. I wanna talk, I wanna be free. I wanna talk, I wanna speak free. I wanna talk, I wanna be free. Free. Atlas holding us down while keeping us high. With the law of one, we reach for the sky. His arms so strong, the weight won't break. With every step, he helps us away. Move as one, moving in love. 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 Atlas eyes on the prize and it's crystal clear. Now we realize what brought us here. His heart of gold, it lights our way. He paid the toll for a brighter day. Reach for his hands, the stars align. Time bends softly, no dividing line. Together